Bring your hands together and we're going to rub them together. Rub the palms of your hands together really fast, creating some warmth. And put them over your eyes. Just warm up your eyes sockets. You can push a little bit against the bony parts around your eyes. This actually stimulates the vagus nerve, the vagal response. Open your eyes with your eyes behind your hands, just witnessing the darkness. And then slowly bring your hands down and let the light come in. Okay. So we'll start up with our usual warm-ups. So take your head to one side, just feel a nice stretch on the side of your neck. And slowly, gently go around down towards your chest and over to the other side. And just hang there and again feel the stretch on the other side of the neck. Or just slowly in your own time, just go back and forth very gently. Bring your chin to your chest and then lift your head up. Look up to the ceiling without crunching the back of your neck too much. Feel stretch in your throat and then bring it back down to the chest. Back up to center. And shrug the shoulders towards the ears and away. Shrug them up and away. More times. Just warm up the shoulders a little. Bring one hand up in the air. We're just going to lean over. Stretch down your side body. Back up to center. And then over on the other side. And release. Okay. I'm going to do some seated cat's cow poses to warm up the spinal column. So hands on your knees. So into breathe in. As you breathe in, bring your chest forward. Spine arches. And then release. Breathe out and curve in navel to spine. Just repeat this in your own time. So you can see. Just while we're doing these movements, bring awareness to your heart center. We're going to lead with the heart through this warming Hatha practice. Okay, and then we're going to warm up the hips with some Sufi grinds. I always get confused because there's like 3 different names for this. Essentially, so bring your chest forward and we're going to go in a big circle with your pelvis, your hips. Lovely big circles. You can go as big or small in your movements as you wish. Bring some warmth into the hip joints here. And we'll reverse the direction as well. Okay, back to center. Bring your hands out in front and make some fists and just do some gentle wrist circles, one way and the other way, so waking your wrists up. And then bringing your feet out in front, do a similar thing with your ankles as well. Do some big circles with your ankles. And bring your legs out straight. And then we're going to bring them in, give them a hug. Just do a few rounds of this, just waking up your knee joints. All right. Then have your legs halfway, and we're just going to bring your hands to the sides, and we're just going to open and close the hips like a clam. It's warming up, making sure the hips are nice and warm. Okay. All right. So come back into a cross-leg position. Let's start with a couple of twists. So bring your left hand to your right knee. Deep breath in, straight spine, and as you breathe out, gently look behind you and bring the right hand behind you to a twist. Definitely never force the twists or push yourself too far. Just go to where you feel your edges today. If you have any lower back issues, that might not be too far. That's fine. A nice twist through your spinal column. And gently back to center. And right hand onto the left knee. Again, deep breath in. Straight spine, and out breath, slowly turn to look over your shoulder. And keep breathing. Let's get a nice close-up of this fur behind me when I do this. Nice. And release. Okay, so we're going to extend the right leg out to the side. And rest your hand with your head. Deep breath in. And the out breath, just pivot at the hips and just float forwards. Don't need to force yourself too far, just until you feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. You can also bend your knee a little bit if you need to support your back. I'll just rest here for a few breaths. Okay, slowly and with control, just bring your hands in and gently release out of that fold. And then with your belt, we're going to put the belt at the midpoint down your back foot there. So yeah, just like in the, it's hard to explain that pace. Okay, and we're going to have a little bit of a bend in the knee. We're going to face towards the extended foot, and a deep breath in, straight spine, and the out breath to see if you can lead with your heart space forward towards your foot and use the strap to support you into that fold. So you don't need to pull and tug and force. Just use the strap to help you stay in place. Keep breathing. And then gently with control, come up out of that. And we're going to change legs. Bring the left leg out. You ready? Arms up. Deep breath in. And out breath, just bring your chest forward. And just go wherever your body takes you today. So just feel a gentle hamstring stretch. That's the word. Feel free to bend the extended knee. Check your jaw is relaxed and your shoulders away from your ears. Okay, gently bring your hands back up. Raise out of that. Again, put the strap back of a foot. Position yourself so that you're facing right towards the extended leg. A little bit of a bend in the knee. Deep breath in, straight back. Out breath, just lean forward at the hip. Lean forward. Move your heart towards your foot, towards your knee. And just hold where you feel a slight resistance. Gently release and come up slowly out of that with control. Bend both legs and you might want to windscreen wipe the legs back and forth a little. You also might want to kind of give your backs of your thighs a little bit of a massage there, particularly if that felt like a lot. Just make sure everything is nice and loose and supple. Okay. So legs out in front in a bit of a bend, and we'll just take one more twist while we're here. So bring your hand or your elbow to one side on the knee, and breathe in, out breath, gently bring your hand and look behind you. Keep breathing. And gently release. And the other side. Again, the hand, if you want a deeper stretch, the elbow can go there. Side the knee, so deep breath in. And out breath, gently melt, look over your shoulder. Keep breathing. And then bring gently out of that. Okay, now straighten our legs into Dandasana staff pose. So make sure your sit bones are on the ground. You might want to move the fleshy parts out of the way. Hands can go to your sides. See if you can lift up tall, engaging the core. Feet are pointed upwards to the ceiling. Just stay here for a moment. Okay. So if the previous hamstring stretches felt like plenty, then by all means you can skip this and just rest for a moment. But if you'd like to do another hamstring stretch with the strap, we're going to put the strap around both of our feet this time. And have a little bit of a bend in your knees. Doesn't have to be super dramatic, but just a little, make sure you've got some sort of bend to protect your lower back. Okay, and then when you're ready, deep breath in. And a straight spine, out breath, just pivot at the hips. Bring your heart towards your knees. Just hold where you find some resistance. By the way, if you don't need the strap, you can also do this. It's a bit more advanced. Keep breathing. Check that your neck is relaxed, not tense. Okay, and gently release from this. I'm going to hug the knees in, the chest. Again, you might want to rock back and forth or give a little massage. We're going to squeeze the legs in, and you can rest your head down towards your knees too if you'd like. And I'll just check back in a second. Okay. So option to go to child's pose and rest. If you'd like to do a little bit more, we're going to do a core exercise, a easy boat pose. So come with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, spine is straight. And first of all, we're just going to lean back into where the weight should be, which is like in the tailbone area. So arms out in front, engage the core, so suck the belly in. And we'll just gently move backwards a little bit, just feeling the core engage. Spine is straight, but leaning into the tailbone. We'll rise out of that. So if that's enough for you, then absolutely fine. However, if you'd like to try it with lifting the legs, we'll do that next. So bring your hands out in front, Squeeze the abs in and then rock back onto your tailbone slightly. And then see if you can lift your feet off the floor. We'll just hold this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back down. We'll just squeeze it in. Deep breaths. Okay. If you want to go one more time, if you have it in you, spoons, then we'll just do one more. So either the beginner position or with legs lifted. It's entirely hands out, lean back. The full position is with your legs straight, but that's a whole other balancing thing. Don't think I can do that today, to be honest. Okay, and relax. And lay down onto your back and bring your knees into chest. Rock from side to side if you wish. Take a minute to see how your body's doing. Is there any muscles that are feeling warmer? Mine definitely feel warmer. Okay, so stretch out your left leg, keeping your right leg bent in. Just feel that lovely stretch. Having the half wind release pose gives us a nice stretch all the way down the groins and everything. Just see where that's at for you. You can stay stationary, or if you wish, you can move the knees from side to side a little bit, manipulate your hip joints a little bit to you. I'll just stay here for a moment. Keep breathing. Make sure your shoulder blades are grounding down into the earth. Check your forehead is relaxed. So we're going to take the right knee into the left hand and gently with control just bring it over, pull it over to your left side into one more twist. Extend the right arm to the side and you can look over towards the right hand. Option to close your eyes and rest. Gently bring it back up into center. We'll release the right leg down and bring the left knee in. Again, hugging the knee into the chest, towards the chest. Lovely stretch. Option to stay still or to kind of bring the leg that's pulled in back and forth a little bit, feeling a little movement. It's up to you. Keep breathing. Gently bring the knee into the right hand and then tuck right hand, bring it over towards right side. Left arm out to the sides. Keep breathing. And then gently bring it back into center and pop it down. Okay, so the final pose I had planned is a gentle bridge pose. So it's up to you if you feel like you have it in you or not today. We're going to do a couple of rounds feeling into the movement, and then we're going to do a round where we place the block or block-like item underneath so you can relax into it. So feel free to go into Shavasana if that's too much for today. Otherwise, you're just going to come with your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor, and your feet hip distance apart, your palms facing down onto the ground. We'll start with just doing some very gentle pelvic tilts. Just manipulate, feeling the abs join in, the spine is long, the tailbone is straight, and then bring the tailbone up and the pelvis tilts. Just do a few rounds of that. And honestly, if that's what you have left for your abdominals, that's absolutely fine. If you'd like to join me in a little bridge, so on your next inhale, to lift up off the ground. Just hold it there. And then bring it back down gradually, vertebra by vertebra, until you're down onto the ground. If you'd like to try again, gently peel your tailbone and the vertebra off the ground. Gently. This time, I want to check that your spine is in a straight line with your thighs. And then gently release that back down. If that's enough for you, bring the knees into the chest again and just rest. If you'd like to try one more time and put the block underneath you, so the block is going to go, or book, whatever you have, is going to go basically where your tailbone is, so where you were resting in boat pose. So if you want to do that, the next inhale, lift it up, and then pop a block underneath you. You might want to kind of move it a little bit and kind of work out what feels best for you today. And if you find somewhere that feels okay, so if you can just let your body weight just be taken with the block. All right. So if your body weight's on the block, your hands can go palm faced up. And we'll rest here in this supported back bend for a few breaths. Check that the knees are not out to the sides too much. It should be in a straight line. You might want to try and like bring your knees a little bit together or a little bit more together if they're apart. And keep breathing. If it's getting to be too much, feel free to lift out of it early. That's absolutely fine. Otherwise, we'll just stay for a few more breaths. See if you can find some stillness. Okay. Next, in breath, lift your pelvis, lift a bit further up, remove the block out of the way, and then gently control come down to the ground. And windscreen wipe your legs to one side and the other, making sure your lower back is released. And then bring your knees into the chest. One last hug. This time, bring your head up towards your knees for a moment. This will counter stretch in your neck and release it back down to the ground. I'm going to give your legs a hug and think, thank you, body. Thank you for letting me do this today. You're the best. And gently release your legs down out to the sides, and we'll rest in Shavasana. Feel free to grab a blanket. You want to stay nice and warm and cozy. Get completely settled. Just bring your head into your hands. Just lift your head off the ground slightly. Lengthen the back of your neck and gently bring it down. Your neck is a bit lengthened and your chin slightly tucked towards the chest. Also take your shoulders into the reverse hands. To see if you can just push gently downwards. Push gently downwards. Do it one at a time actually. Push gently down towards the ground, just kind of earthing your shoulders. Do the same with your hips as well. Gently push towards the ground. Literally grounding yourself down to the ground. Release your arms out to the sides, palm facing up.